Hi guys, so it's a lovely day. What I do today's video outside, as it's, don't get many of these, do you? Anyway, video today is about jointing compounds and which ones to use on what one goes on plastic pipe, what one to use for copper pipe, etc. It can be a bit of a maze, so let's start with the copper pipe first, shall we? First of all, we'll look at copper pipe, metal pipes, and our important friend here, the compression fitting. Do you want to use anything on that? Well, here's our fitting. The pipe goes like that with the olive on it, and the fitting goes on like so. Now the thing is, you can do it up with nothing at all. It's quite okay. Probably will be okay and secure. If you really want to make sure though, and it's 100% and not going to leak, then I always prefer to use this stuff here. Boss White, yeah, I know a lot of plumbers hate it with a vengeance. They don't like using it, but I like it, and as long as you get the potable one for hot and cold, it's quite okay to use it. Just smear it round the joint there, put it in there and do it up, and I can guarantee you pretty much you won't get a leak. Now some of you, I know, especially on old joints, if you've got old fittings, have used PTFE tape, which again is okay to use. You can get it and wrap it around the actual olive if you're not sure, especially if it's an old bit of pipe, worth putting a little bit on it if you want to, but not any necessary need unless it's an old joint, as I say, that's possibly been leaking. Okay, so that's that. Let's save my bit of PTFE tape. Well, that's probably about tuppence worth there. Can't waste it. Put that back in this little case. We move on next. The other good alternative, if you really want to stop a leak, is this stuff here. It's called hemp. I think you can still get it okay. It's quite old. This is an old piece of it, and what you do with this is you literally pull out a piece and pull it through like so, and you kind of keep yanking it like that until you get a string of it like so, and then you put that round the pipe like this. It kind of goes in front of the olive like that, with Boss White around the front of that. So if you're using Boss White, we'll get that out of there. Let's take it at the lid off, show what this manky stuff looks like. There we are, that's our Boss White. And if you want to really make sure of an old fitting, then a bit of that with that around that, guaranteed. But normally you wouldn't need any hemp unless it was a really bad leaking joint. Then do it up with that pushed up in front of it like that, and then the nut on. I guarantee you virtually much that would stop the leak for you. So let's move on to plastic, shall we? Waste fittings. What do we use for this? Well, we use this stuff here, Osmo Solvent Cement. This stuff sets off rock hard, and with these fittings, push fit ones, you must use it, otherwise it will leak. And literally all you do is wind it round the actual pipe. I don't want to put it on this one because I have to use it in, but it comes out like that, and you literally dip it right the way round your pipe like so, get your fitting and push it on. Once it's on there, leave it for about 30 seconds and that will be it. You will not be able to get that off. It will be solid on there. You can't cut it off after that, I'm afraid, and you won't be able to do this, that's for certain. Okay, it'll be fixed solid. I guarantee you though, it won't leak. Make sure that is all the way around that pipe, or alternatively you can put it on the inside and right the way around there, but make sure you get every little bit. If you leave a tiny gap, obviously that's a gap for water to get through, which it hasn't sealed, and it will still stick with the rest of it, but leave a little gap for a leak. So you must make sure, if you're not certain, put a bit round the pipe and a bit round the inside as well if you really want to, and then push it together, give it a little twist as well, and it will really absolutely make sure 100% that that's going to seal. Okay, but that's really if you're not, you know, too certain about what you're doing. Paste everything, that and that, put it in, twist it and done. Okay, so that's that really. That's the best stuff for that. Which leads us to sanitary ware, and that's this plumber's mate. Take the lid off this. Now this is rather gooey stuff, isn't it? Bit, but this stuff is for sanitary ware. By that I mean it's things like when you put a solid waste into a wash basin and you push it down. Now, you get washers and things to seal it these days, but they're never any good. They're just terrible. Put a bit of this round it and push it into the basin and do the nut up underneath with a washer, or with some of this pushed up inside, and it will seal it. This stuff never goes hard. It always stays soft, so it doesn't go hard and crack like putty or anything like that. It's called Plumber's Mate for a reason, and that's the reason. The Evo-Stik stuff I like here the best, and as I say, it's for sanitary joints. You can see it on there. Okay, also things like pans, you know, if you want to bed things in, and especially if you've got a multi-quick that's left a bit of a gap around the outside of the saw pipe, a bit ugly, you could fill it with this stuff just to make sure if anything did get past a multi-quick, you've got a little bit of this in there as well. So it's kind of a little fail safe, but good for sanitary wear only. Okay, don't put it on anything else. So that's really about it. That covers most of the things for jointing and copper pipe, but the main thing I say is the old copper compression fitting is, oh, last thing of all, this stuff here, CT1, the best mastic of them all. Don't bother with anything else. Honestly, this is the best for sealing around your baths, basins, things like that. Anything that wants some sealant around it, this is the stuff. That's about it then, guys. All my videos, you know where to go, usual place. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.